Hello, good evening. And this is a little present. Sorry, I don't have my camera on. Sorry about that. Anyway, good evening. Here I am. My name is Eugene Ward, and here's a little presentation about education in the United Kingdom. So, what is it going to be about? Well, it's going to talk about there's three things. The education system in the UK, how it is. We'll spend a little time, only a little time, talking about the differences between the UK and Peru. And we will talk about we'll talk about how students can study in the UK, give information about studying in the United Kingdom. So that's how it's going to be. So we're going to talk about primary education, which is similar to most places between 5 and 11 years old. Secondary, again, similar to most places from 11 to 18 years old. And finally, tertiary education, or third level, as they call it, correct? From 18 years of age on. University education, basically. So let's see then. We'll focus on secondary schools, right? There's two different types of them. Primary schools are pretty similar to here. So secondary schools, there's two main types. A comprehensive school and a grammar school, right? The difference is the comprehensive school does not select students based on their academic ability, whereas a grammar school does, correct? And for a grammar school, students typically have to do an exam, a kind of a test. They call it the transfer test, or it was called, or sometimes still called, the 11 plus. So, that in mind, let's have a look at what testing in the UK entails. Well, the main thing is this transfer test, which students do at 11 years of age, correct? Only if you're doing excuse me, this is only for students who want to go to grammar schools. There's GCSEs, pretty important, at 16, and A levels at 18. So, what about this transfer test? Well, as I said to you before, it's taken by students wishing to go to grammar schools, not by all students, correct? Yeah. So that's it. It's not that widespread. What about the GCSEs? What does it mean, GCSEs? Well, it means General Certificate of Secondary Education. And these are taken by students at about 16 years old. And they take them in a range of subjects. For example, math, science, all sorts of subjects, really, correct? Students would take 9, even 10 GCSEs at age 16. And then you have A levels, which are typically taken at age 18. As it says here, A level stands for advanced level exams. And these students would take 3 to 4 A levels in 3 to 4 subjects, right? For example, typically they choose the best subjects from the GCSEs, correct? The ones where they got the highest grades, they would then study them in more advanced levels for at A level. So that's it. And then university, obviously, to study at university, um, typically you need your A levels. Students, as I think, will use those to apply for universities. And students will apply through a system called UCAS, correct? UCAS. Check out the QR, which gives you a link to that UCAS system. You can have a look at through the website there, see all about it. So yeah, that's UCAS. So as I say, the top universities, probably the most two famous. No prizes for guessing which ones. Oxford and Cambridge. Correct? The two most famous universities in the United Kingdom, Oxford and Cambridge. That's it. So, what about the difference between the UK and Peru in terms of the systems? Well, the main thing I think is that in the UK we don't go so much with entrance exams. It's we do we are not as common there. And also the school year runs from September to June in the United Kingdom, whereas here it's from March to December. Those would be the main differences, correct? So that's it. And so how can you study there? How can you study in the UK? Well, the main things to consider are the following, right? Academic qualifications, uh, okay, English language proficiency, your level of English, university application, you got to apply to a university, and also there's the visa. You need to get a visa. So that's it. That's what you got to do. So what about academic qualifications then? Well, you need to have what they call A level or the International Baccalaureate Diploma. Correct? If you've done your secondary education with A levels or the International Baccalaureate Diploma, you can apply directly to undergraduate programs. Correct? That's typically done in places like the Peruano Botanical School, which is in Surco, I think. Correct? But most people won't have that, and yeah, excuse me. You may need to do an entrance exam or a foundation course. Correct? That's what you gotta do. So that's it. What about language proficiency then? For example, you'll need to demonstrate your English language proficiency through tests like IELTS or TOEFL. IELTS is more typical, correct, for UK universities. And you may need to get a score of about 6.5 for that, correct? Uh, varies from place to place, but that would be your typical score that is required, 6.5. And how would you apply? Well, you go have to apply through a thing called UCAS. I gave you the link to that earlier, correct? It usually apply through multiple places through that system, and you'd also write a personal statement explaining your academic interests, your reasons for choosing the course, and your experience. Okay, every student needs to do that. You'd also need your teachers to give you references to support your application. This would be very important as well. And there's the visa. It's a tier 4 student visa, which which you will require, and you need to provide proof of acceptance from a UK university, what they call a firm offer. Okay. The funds to cover your tuition fees and living costs, correct? Uh, Also, you need evidence of your English language proficiency, basically a certificate of CAE or maybe an IELTS certificate, something like that, correct? You see the link there for this information, right? For the visa, you can check that out. There's a QR code there. Scan that and you'll get a link to the government website to apply for a visa. But with regards to this, there's a system called Chevening, an international scholarship program. It's funded by the UK government and it's available here in Peru, correct? It offers financial support for talented individuals to pursue a 1-year master's degree at any UK university, correct? Remember, it's a master's degree, this one, not an undergraduate degree. So you would, if you want to apply for this scholarship chevening, you would need to have finished your undergraduate degree. So what you need for this is the question. How will you be eligible for this? Well, you should be from a qualifying country. Peru is one of those. You should be returned home for at least 2 years after the scholarship ends. So yeah, that's it. You gotta go back to your home country for 2 years afterwards and have at least 2 years of work experience, 2,100 hours to be exact. So that roughly works out about 2 years, correct? You should hold an undergraduate degree that qualifies you for a UK master's program because you're not going to get into a master's course without an undergraduate degree. It's not gonna doesn't work that way. And obviously, as it says there, you got to apply for 3 different courses, right? As it says, you got to apply for 3 different ones. and you should receive an unconditional offer from at least one of those. Yeah, that's how it works. Applications, well, we're too late for applications this year because they closed on November the 5th. But for the 26-27 academic year, remember that in the UK, the academic year runs from September to June, so that's why it's 26-27. They the application should open in August 2025. So if you're interested in that, you've got plenty of time to get yourself organized for that. So what about your level of IELTS that you would need? Most places I say look for 6.5 or well, it varies from place to place basically. But the CAE qualification is important because obviously that would be accepted by pretty much every place. You can get away with 5.5 in IELTS or maybe the B2 exam, but you really should have 6.5 in the CAE exam to be competitive, especially if you're looking for the Chevening scholarship, as there'll be so many people looking for that. So you gotta have a good level, really. I would suggest the CAE. And what about these exams? Well, you can take them at Britannico, as it says here. There's international exams available in Britannico. All sorts of exams. You can see the QR codes there. Scan them for more information about that. The CAE, the IELTS, and various other things. Um, these things are all available at Britannico, so check it out. So that's it then. Thank you so much for listening to this. Thanks for your time. If you do have any questions, can you email me at the address there? And I'd like you to I'd like some feedback if possible because it's important to see what people think. Just give me an honest opinion, even if it's however you think. Anyway, so please, your your feedback is valued. So thank you so much. Take care. And any questions, as I said to you before, give me an email at my email address. Take care. Enjoy your day. Thank you.